the Pyrenees, just outside the Hong Kong Football Club 22. Now, Bill, what do you think? Local knowledge count for much here at the football club, does it?
I'm not so sure, to tell you the truth, Terry. It's about 30 years since I've played in this tournament.
I'm not talking about your local knowledge, maybe the players on the field.
I can't remember that far back. Obviously, I think, you know, if you know the pitch, it maybe gives you a slight edge, but to be perfectly honest, and a lot of these boys will have played here before as well.
Strong defence here from the football club. Pyrenees attacking aggressively, moving the ball to the outside and driven into the sideline by Jamie Lauder. So good defence by the football club there.
I do think the football
a knock on there.
I do think the football club have got some tidy players, though, Terry, and I expect this to be a reasonably close game.
Yeah, they have their challenges though. As the host club, they have a team in the competition, which is great. But we're looking at an amateur team here competing against teams full of a lot of professional rugby players. So it's a real test for them, and it's great to see them coming out here and standing up to the test.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big disparity in the scrum there, though. So the football club going backward. Pyrenees have turned the ball over. They'll be looking to get it wide here. Defence coming up, trying to create some pressure. These one-on-one tackles have to be made. Squirting right. Oh, very, very clever play there by the Pyrenees fly half Alexandre Lustanyao. Nearly resulting in a try. Great scrambling cover defence in the corner.
Yeah, good scrambling defence, but the winger did step in and leave his man as well. You've got to trust the man on your inside in that situation, as you know, Terry.
Okay, good throw to the football club. Good secure ball. Oh, and the referees ruled we had the Pyrenees back line up within the 10 metres. Every player that's not in the lineup must be 10 metres back from that set piece. Jamie Lauder running at the line there. Again, you might think they failed to get back the 10 metres from the penalty there. Good strong play from the football club here. Having to commit numbers to keep that ball though. Strong tackle, need to turn in the tackle. Keep that ball presented well for your side. Good running out the middle there. Get everything under pressure. The Pyrenees creating an awful lot of pressure on defence here. Make it difficult for the football club to operate, to create anything. Again, first runner, striking the defenders. Ooh. And the referee ruling in the support player is coming from the side in an illegal position. So the ball's turned over, penalty to the Pyrenees, 10 metres inside the football club half.
And as you alluded to there, Terry, it was terrific defence that really earned that penalty. And again, that's been noticeable for all the top teams today. The quality of their defence is very, very good.
A very significant part of rugby, holding the line, making sure there's no easy exits and creating that pressure. And as the pressure builds, teams have a propensity to make mistakes, and it's you know, it's understandable. You've got a big guy in front of you who wants to smash you. You sometimes take the wrong option, and that's what they're trying to force. Short throw to the Pyrenees, looking to work the front of the line out. Oh, very, very sneaky stuff around the front there. Ball's down a metre from the line. Pyrenees moving it wide. Good tackle there. Player on the ground, contesting over the ball. Well, a football club there. They've retrieved the ball.
Yeah, that's a
Excellent
really good turnover. Good tackle and turnover.
Under a lot of pressure. The clearing kick possibly not going as far as they'd hoped. Jamie Solis bringing the ball back from the Pyrenees. They've got space out wide, extra numbers if they can get it wide. Again, good scrambling defence from the football club. They're working very hard here. And the Pyrenees hammering away, play after play, good tackling.
Yeah, very good tackling, as you were saying, Terry, and up till then, very good ball retention. and hammering away. And that's obviously going to take its toll in the last few minutes of this game, because it's always much more difficult when you're having to put your body on the line and tackle than it is when you've got possession. And possession is just everything in this game.
A few replacements here from the football club. Good to see young Jackson Cook coming on, a young local lad, 18-year-old for the club, so getting an opportunity on the big stage. Okay, tight head there by the Pyrenees, but the football club very sharp to take the ball out of the back of the scrum. Ball turned over again, unfortunately. Man on the ground, not held in the tackle, so he can get back to his feet. Pyrenees contesting the ball. The ball's there available. Referee rolling the man on the ground. Wasn't releasing. It's hard to see the signal here. I think he's ruled crossing, so he's penalised the Pyrenees player for running behind one of his players to gain an advantage. So a very, very good relieving penalty for the football club. And the ball's knocked into touch by Jackson Cook, and it's they'll be taking a few deep breaths before they throw the ball to this line out. They've been doing a lot of defending, and that takes it out of you, doesn't it?
That certainly does. They should be taking the time. But there was a block runner there, but he just obstructed the defending player, and the referee really had no choice other than to give the penalty. Opportunity here for the football club to get out of the danger zone, their red zone, if you like.
Okay, football club clearing it wide. Punching through the middle. Good strong ball players, but I'm not sure they have a lot of pace in the football club team, so they're not looking to release flyers. They're going to have to work as a full 10 men all the way up the field to get their tries. Turnover, the breakdown, a lot of pressure on the man at the back of the ruck there, and unfortunately the knock-ons come. Turnover, Pyrenees feed to the scrum.
Yeah, the football club are playing it very narrow, but as you say, Terry, I don't really think they've got the pace to go wide. And, you obviously play with what you got, and I think they're playing a clever strategy considering the cohort that they've got out there at the moment.
And again, it comes down to resources. These, the teams that come here, they shop for the players to fill the roles. The football club, some of these guys have come from work this morning, so it's a little different for them.
It certainly is.
Another good tackle on the outside by the football club. Pyrenees creating a lot of pressure. Again, bundled into the touch. Just excellent scrambling defence from the football club, and there's no lack of desire in the side, that's for sure. Oh,
absolutely. It's 100% commitment, and it's just fantastic. And that's obviously one of the things they bring to the table in front of the home crowd. They're going to give absolutely everything, and they're doing, I have to say, very, very well to keep them out.
Oh, balls again through the tail end of the line. How many have we seen there today? It's if you're at Johannesburg, you'd say it was the altitude that was affecting the throws, but I've got a funny feeling we're at sea level here in Hong Kong.
I think you're right on your geography there, Terry. But yeah, I just think there's been a lack of accuracy in certain phases of the game, and the line out it has been particularly noticeable because as we know, timing is of the essence in the line out, and it's not been there for a lot of the teams today.
Okay, pushing early in the scrum with the Pyrenees there, so a relieving free kick to the football club. Again, I think that was a fairly narrow 10 yards the referee allowed there, but the football club retained possession. They're moving it wide. Oh, very, very big pressure there. The ball's released from that situation, scrambling around the goal line. Football club under a lot of pressure. Ball's worked into the in-goal area, and they have to force it for a 5-metre scrum. So,
yeah, it was a bit of a comedy of errors there, but I think that's what pressure brings, Terry. Maybe you try just that extra little bit harder, and when you get tight, as we know, your skill set goes down, and I think that's what happened there with the football club. So again, another really good opportunity here, cracking attacking position.
And again, I think football club in those situations, maybe they stand a little bit deeper and bring that flat defence forward. We've got Pyrenees attacking here aggressively right under the post. They're going to move it wide, and they found some space again. Brilliant scrambling defence by the football club. The ball's back in the back half of the Pyrenees ruck. Again, more tackling. These guys just don't give up. Referee. The ball is over the line in the in-goal area. He's gone to his in-goal touch judge, and he's awarded a try. So, unfortunately, after all that gallant defending, Football Club have conceded a try, and it's after the 10 minutes have elapsed. So, you know, half-time would have been blown if play had stopped before there, but unfortunately, Football Club concede in the dying seconds of the first spell.
And it just seemed as though it had to come, Terry. But I have to say, I think, you know, well done the football club. But I think the Pyrenees were a little bit naive. I think they just needed to move the ball wider a little bit quicker on one or two occasions, and they had the numbers. But conversion goes over, and the half-time score is 7-0.
Yeah. And again, I think you're right, Bill. The Pyrenees have a lot more weapons at their disposal in this game. They're playing with all the possession and creating all the pressure. I don't think Football Club have been out of their half once, maybe. It's very difficult for them, but I think if we see the Pyrenees try to move the ball a bit smarter and stay away from that confrontation where the Football Club are scrambling so well in defence, we might find the Pyrenees put on a few more points in the second half.
Yeah, and also I think, Terry, as the club tire, I think the gaps will probably open up. But we'll wait and see.
That's a very good point, Bill. I mean, all this defending grinds you down. It makes it, you know, it takes the gas out of your tank, and it's going to make the second half difficult. And you don't have that energy to spark an attack. It's difficult for the side that's defending the whole time.
Well, Terry, I watched you play many a time, and grinding defence. I wouldn't actually describe you as a grinding defender. A silky smooth attacking player, absolutely. Only kidding,
Bill,
mate.
you need to work to your skills, and look, I'd make a tackle when I needed to.
You certainly would.
There was this guys who were quick with a few more kilos that made more devastating tackles than I, so we put them a bit close to the ball, and I chased the guys that weren't quite so, well, actually they were quite big, to be honest, but no matter how big they are, you chop the legs out and they all fall down.
Use the silky skills, Terry.
Anyway, Football Club kicking off. Jamie Lauder punching the ball high and deep into the Pyrenees 22. Another good strong tackle. Pressure, and Football Club have turned the ball over. Driving into the 22. They need quick position here. Let's get the ball away from confrontation. Pyrenees seem to enjoy that, so they need to clear this ball. Football Club's 3 men tied up in this breakdown, so that's not going to leave extra numbers out wide.
Yeah, and it's slow ball again.
It's difficult. So
Terry, which is just inviting the pressure. Yeah.
They're having to scramble. I think they've got the ball. That man's off his feet, so the ball is Football Club's possession. You're finding a very flat defence would be the polite way to describe the Pyrenees defence at the moment. Football Club coming wide. Ball's in the hand of Gavin Hadley, Hong Kong international. Feeding it back, clear the ball. We've got 3 men committed again. No one there to pick up the ball in the halfback position, and the Pyrenees snatching on that. Oh, sloppy hands in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
great opportunity, numbers to burn, and again not seized.
Yeah, just a real lack of accuracy there from both teams, to be perfectly honest. And you know, the smart money there was on the score for the Pyrenees, and they just butchered the extra numbers.
I think they were down to the last defender, and they had 2 or 3 guys running at him. So it might have been a bit of stage fright, maybe. Good to see the home team score a try here. It'll bring the crowd to life. Referee very serious in his scrum instructions here. Doesn't he know those guys don't really listen? But they're enjoying the rest.
Yeah, it's certainly
halfback given the all clear to put the ball in. Oh, strong scrum from the Pyrenees, marching the Football Club backwards, and they're cleared to the back line. Defence is up aggressively. Oh, tackle missed in the midfield there. Players down. Ball's gone forward from the Pyrenees in the tackle. So Football Club will have a relieving scrum. I'm not sure how much relief there'll be because that last scrum got demolished. So they'll need to try and get this ball clear quickly. Good to see Charles Hickson-Smith on the field here. Another Hong Kong rep back after suffering a fractured collarbone. So knowing him, he's more than anxious to get back into the fray.
Yeah, and he's a big, powerful boy, and he might just be what Football Club need just to break the gain line, which they've not been doing because of very good Pyrenees defence.
Yeah, and yeah, if you'd had to describe Charlie Hickson-Smith, he's all elbows and knees. Not a guy that's fun to tackle. Okay, ball's cleared through the hands. Jamie Lauder in Higo's hands now. He's driving forward, committed 3 men. He's done his job. We can clear the ball quickly here. We've got numerical advantage. The Football Club guy grinding forward slowly. Pressure at the breakdown. Oh, again a loose pass. Nice footwork by Jamie Lauder to create some space there. Okay. Dummy kick there by Matt Lamont. Not taken by his opponent. So the dummy shimmy might have worked a bit better for Campese than it did for Matt Lamont there.
That was a terrific hit by Eugene and Z. Absolutely smashed him.
Still Football Club position though, feeding the line out. Oh, good arm up in there to take it for the Pyrenees. Halfback Alexander Lestonio dancing about. Oh, we've got a high tackle here. The referee has ruled, so it'll be a penalty for the Pyrenees. Will they kick this to the corner and create more pressure? I think that's their option. Looking for their line out to launch the next attack.
Yeah, just going back to the lineouts, Terry, you know, I just think they need to. They're just not creating the space. It just seems that they're lobbing it in and hoping that they'll get the man up there. And I think they just need to manoeuvre just a wee bit more, keep it fairly simple. Just manoeuvre the space and.
Let's see what they deliver here. Maybe a case of the jumpers are too short and the throwers are too strong. Let's see if the Pyrenees can make liars of us here. He's got everything the way he wants it. Into the line out. Good two-handed take there by number 5, Benoit Lacave. Okay, they've got a driving maul here. This is not your typical 7-10s rugby, sorry. And the referee has ruled they disengage. So
he's got.
Oh, and he's been given a yellow card. It must have been some unwanted advice given after the penalty decision was made by the referee. But what happened there was the Pyrenees tried to run a driving maul off the back of that line out, and the front portion broke away. The players with the ball at the back then ran into their own men, which puts them offside technically, which resulted in a penalty. And the player obviously disagreed with that, so he was given his marching orders for a few minutes in the sin bin. It's
what's commonly known as truck and trailer, I think, Terry, and sometimes you feel as though that happens quite a lot and it's not penalised, but in that case I think it was relatively clear that that's what had happened.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if Football Club can take advantage of the numbers here with 10 against 9 for a few minutes while the players off the field in the sin bin. The naughty chair, or whatever you like to call it.
And just for information, viewers, it's 3 minutes in the sin bin in the 10s tournament.
10 minutes and 15s, 3 minutes and 10s, and 2 minutes and 7s. So the naughty chair has variations. Oh, a lovely tackle.
Yeah, there could be trouble here with the Football Club player there who's just gone in because he could well have lifted his leg there.
That'll be interesting interpretation here. The referee, he's ruled the player lifted him past the horizontal and drove him into the ground.
I'd like to see that again.
On the replay here.
Let's have a look
tackle
again.
Is a very strong tackle.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt there, Terry, for me, that he has lifted him. I don't think it was malicious. I don't think it was intentional, but he has lifted him beyond the horizontal.
When a tackler tackles, gets low, drives his shoulder into the tackler and rides him to the ground, in my mind, that's a traditional fair tackle. He didn't lift his leg. He didn't tip him up and drive him on his head. He drove him backwards, and he was strong and connected in the tackle.
Yeah.
But the referee is the sole arbiter out there. So, and well, unfortunately, the numerical advantage the football club had has gone now. So 9 on 9.
Well, we might beg to differ on that one. I agree as a rugby man, but I just think in the laws, once you lift that leg, with the way the laws are at the moment, you know, you're not going to get away with that. But
yeah. Well, look, you know, and you know, safety is clearly the paramount objective here. But in my mind, he drove into his waist, and he didn't lift a single leg. He didn't tip him. He drove him backwards, which is, you know, as a kid, that was what I was told to do. And you know, it was clearly a lot more difficult when the guy coming at you was 115 kilos. But it's again, it's good the game is kept safe, and the referee is the sole judge there. So tight head to the Pyrenees, working the blind side now. Tackling still strong from the football club. They haven't given anything away. The one-on-one tackling has been exceptional. Oh, and a fumble. Good pressure from the football club, creating another turnover in possession. 1 minute 14 to go in the game here. The football club are still in it. They, you know, if they can go the length and score, we could see this game tied up at full time.
It'd be interesting to know the stats in possession, actually, of this game, Terry, because, you know, it's got to be well over 60–70% of the Pyrenees.
I think if you looked at the tackle stats, you'd find football club have been making 4-1. And they have worked so hard. They, you know, they should be proud of their effort today, and it'd be great if they could seal a game with a point score. Now, again, strong tackling by the football club. Ball popped out of the scrum there. Normally, it would be try to the Pyrenees. Again, you know, the pressure had to tell, but difficult for the football club because the ball looked like it popped out of the scrum the way to been fed, and normally that would be a reset. And I think the football club were taken unawares by that. They relaxed a bit, thinking the scrum would be a reset, but Pyrenees, credit to them, they seized on it, used their advantage, and the try is scored close to the post by Jean-Charles Fidem.
Yeah, and he's a big boy, and that close to the line, coming at that pace, it's very nigh on impossible to stop him.
And unfortunately, with time up on the clock and the scoreline at 14-0, the kickoff will happen, but football club do not have much chance of posting any response. Great retrieval from the kickoff by the Pyrenees. They're not finished, even though the scoreboard is 14-0 and there's 0 minutes left.
Yeah, terrific commitment there.
Good athleticism too. Got it well off the ground, got one arm out, slapped the ball back for his team. Football club, one last chance for glory here. They've turned over possession. Again, the tackling is strong. Let's use the width, guys. Oh, again, a nervous snatch at the ball. Unfortunately, the game ends on a mistake. And football club go down gallantly, 14-0 to the Pyrenees. And you know, a very, very committed effort and a test. And you know, you'd have to say that coming out of that, the Pyrenees wouldn't be too happy with their form.
Well, I think, Terry, it was obviously a very scrappy